Hello, and welcome to episode 4 in the summer of the Vampyr. If you hear like a white noise whirring sound throughout this video, and notice my hair moving a little bit, I have a fan right out of frame. It's summer now, which means it's kind of hot. My apartment does not have AC, and it has pretty bad air circulation, which means that I just always have a fan going. So yeah, get used to the fan. It will probably be here in the rest of the videos in this series for the summer. Totally dependent on the weather, we'll see. That's all I have to say on the topic of the fan, so let's do this. It's been a while since I've last played this. It's been like, I think well over a week, or maybe just a week. I know I just put out an episode a few days ago, but what am I saying? Sorry, I don't know if you can hear it on the camera audio, but there's a police car that was like sirening outside just now. It took me a little longer to get episode 3 edited and out, probably because I'm reaching the end of the quarter. So, at the time I'm recording this, actually, I am done with my classes and I am approaching finals week. So, wish me luck during finals week. Let's hope I pass all my classes. I should. I'm not too pressed.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. SWANSEA in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases. Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind Dorothy to check his medical status. Are we on a first name basis with her? That's Nurse Crane. She didn't go to nursing school to be on a first name basis with a stranger. Hello,
Good
lady
evening,
in
madam.
a hat.
Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice GOSWICK, mother of Mortimer GOSWICK. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you that rich?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
That's a nice way to say that, like, most of the patients here are poor. Gonna start putting that down when you fill out your
May I ask
FAFSAs.
if you
gotta
have
be
an
like,
occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a
come from a
teacher
humble
by profession.
background.
I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Cute. Women's rights.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
I'm gonna be real. Like, there's a plague going on. The doctors are worked to the bone. They're allowed to be a little curt with you if you're asking stupid questions.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude.
Well, Milton
for a
is
start.
rude.
And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Times are hard. Sure.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. but I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Look, you come to the sketchiest hospital in town, you're gonna get sketchy reception.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
That's how that works.
I'm
A rat
alright.
in the hospital.
Don't waste your time with me.
Hi.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
Is this
I
true?
suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Like, he's like, I can't talk, my throat's sore. Or like, let's ask you a bunch of questions. How painful
How
is your
painful
throat?
is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Well, your mother refused to answer questions
I'm sure
about
you realize a
She said
doctor
talk
and
to
his
him.
patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
He has the same hairstyle that like 1 out of every 4 boys on TikTok has. Is your mother bothering
Is your
you?
mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Oh, is she a Karen? A ye old
Pembroke
Karen?
Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
I already
How
asked him
painful
that.
is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest then.
I'm alright.
Okay.
Don't waste your time with me.
Is that it? Okay. Well then, I'll be on my way to talk to Dr. Swansea. Blood temptation. Remember, citizens' blood will provide you a massive XP boost. Look for citizens of your mesmerized level or below and choose wisely. I said earlier that I wasn't gonna kill anyone unless they were like rude or annoying. You know, I'm going the old Hannibal Lecter route. So, that's my philosophy. Silence of the Lambs is one of my favorite films, so.
Please, Jonathan.
He's just holding a skull. Homeboy wants to be Hamlet so bad.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least
don't know
as
what that
vertiginous
means.
as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm going to... I've written it down right now, vertiginous. I'm not sure that's the right word. I'll see it when I'm editing. I don't know what that word means. I'll put the definition on screen so that we can all learn. He used the word penultimate. I know what that means. It means second to last. Thank you, Lemony Snicket, for teaching me that word when I was a kid. Your words bring comfort.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No need to apologize.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I just want to check in on you.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Time for some expository dialogue. Tell me about the Brotherhood of
You
St.
mentioned
Paul
something
Stole.
about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Oh no,
Yet
he
you
could never
don't
fear
fear
you,
me.
Dr. Reed.
And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
I wish that dialogue had been more similar to in Twilight, when Edward Cullen reveals that he's a vampire to Bella, and he's like, as if you could outrun me, as if you could fight me off. And she's like, I'm not scared of you. Yeah, I haven't watched Twilight in a few weeks. Maybe I'll do that later.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
How are they
Just
different?
for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Scowl?
A Skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
How do Scowls come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that
In
they
what
are a lesser
language?
species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Must I kill?
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
That's what happens when I go outside.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Well, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood.
Sorry, I forgot
if
to
I recall.
ask all the Brotherhood questions
Could
earlier.
you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Was it destiny? Alright. Ask
We'll
him
see each
everything
other
we
again
can.
soon, Edgar.
Snoop, Snoop. Letter of Rakesh Chadana. I'm gonna snoop on that here in a minute. Gonna snoop on that here in a minute. Look at that. Look at all the stuff we're getting. Look at that. Like taking candy from the baby. Ready? Let's read. Nothing more fun than reading. My kingdom for me to remember what page the papers are on. Okay. Pembroke Hospital, 4th August. Dear Dr. Swansea, I will be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's open. As I have already told you, I was a doctor during the war, and I will be glad to serve my country again. I know it is not the same being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed too. Rest assured, I will do my best to fully perform this new duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the question of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Always sincerely, Rakesh Chadana, former doctor. Love the concept that, like, the military can just promote you to being a doctor. That's fun. Pembroke Hospital, 25th October. Dear Dr. Swansea, I must inform you of my deepest reservations concerning the Dr. Thoreau Strickland and Harvey Fiddick case. Mr. Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury. He may permanently lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims that a surgical procedure may save the man's arm completely. I say it may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. Our young colleague is an audacious and daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years, but for now he lacks the skills to perform such a risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistakes he made in the past? Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you to forbid him to perform such a hazardous experiment. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. Note to Dr. Swansea. Pembroke Hospital, 23rd October. Sorry I said Pembroke so loud. Dear Edgar, this note is not for the Pembroke administrator, but for my oldest friend. Since our short discussion 2 days ago concerning the possible promotion of the esteemed Waverly Ackroyd as the new chief surgeon at Pembroke, I have finally concluded that it wouldn't currently be in the best interests of the facility. Don't misunderstand me here. I'm convinced that Ackroyd is a very competent physician. I may even admit that he deserves a promotion, but not now. Not while we all struggle to keep the epidemic at bay. For now, we need a clear hierarchical organization, and we must avoid the inevitable frustrated egos caused by such a promotion. We need an obeying and dedicated army. If I may even add, this is also a good test of character. I sometimes think Dr. Aykroyd is a little bit too proud, a little bit too eager to be promoted. To face a refusal may be a good way of finding how he deals with frustration. You wanted my opinion, well there you have it. I'd be ready to discuss these points directly with our colleague if he ever wanted me to justify my position on his promotion. Always sincerely, Corcoran Tippett. Now we also had a hint. There we go. He's been appointed as a medic by mistake during the war. Oh, I guess it was a mistake. I didn't think it was a mistake. I thought it was on purpose. Well, where's that lady I just talked to? There she is. I unlocked a hint about her. Beatrice questions the Pembroke Hospital's efficiency. I don't have any hints about Mortimer. Oh, but I have hints about Strickland. Thoreau's experiments in blood transfusion have not been successful yet. Well, he said earlier... God, all these hints. Waverley's skills are admired, but he's seen as proud and arrogant. I could have told you that. Thoreau, however... What am I doing? Talk to the hospital benefactor. When we talked to him a while back, he said, he was like, my experiments are mostly in theory. They haven't really been successful. And I said, I'll take you on as an apprentice if you like. I am getting further away. Am I getting closer? I'm getting closer. This is incorrect. Okay.
Miss, please.
Oh. Hello.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily.
Hey, that's my
I
name.
take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here.
Is it that
You'll
vampire
be up
lady
again
that showed
soon
up
enough.
earlier?
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You
Yeah.
seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air.
Are they gonna kiss?
I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
I'm glad to see you.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
I'm here to
Dr.
help.
Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
The facts were these.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
You want me to kill that guy? Because I'll kill him for you. Is it another vampire?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Continue.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Has she been killing patients?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
What? Tell me.
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Okay, well, she's probably gonna die because in any piece of media, when a character's like, we'll talk the next time we meet, they die. Every time.
Is our little mystery closer to being solved, Dr. Reed?
I think of nothing else, my lady.
Ooh.
My situation
said
is
that.
delicate, and it occupies all my thoughts. The blackmail must stop. I need assurance.
Dr. Harriet in the hospital. Wasn't Harriet Jones, was it Harriet Jones, Prime Minister, from like the Russell T. Davies iteration of Doctor Who back in the 2010s?
They may lack the resources, but we have senators with brilliant minds and money.
Closer?
Simpletons, these nurses.
Here we go.
Bred with no respect.
Hi.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
Ha! How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
I might kill her.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent...
God, I'm gonna have to beat that. Are you the blackmailer?
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
If I didn't know better,
pop
Miss
off.
Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
I'm gonna kill her later. I've just decided. I don't like her.
The patients and
She's very
staff might know
rude.
something.
And also,
I'll start my investigation with them.
And also, because of her mouth, I'm gonna have to freaking cut some audio and put some redacteds on the screen when I'm editing, and that takes time.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Alright. Nurse Crane. Nurse Brianna.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, can I open this? I don't know what I just picked up. Glass vials. Hey, a trash can. Is this my room? It is! Oh, a skeleton. Oh, that's big sexy. Alright. Find Miss Gwyneth Brannigan. She was outside last I saw her. I know there's like a little Y on the screen trying to lead me in the right direction.
The life running in your veins.
Page 220. Is that you?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Yes.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Alright. Now I gotta find Nurse Crane. I think I checked down that hallway earlier.
I cannot enter.
Dang, they slammed that door in my face. Oh, it's a mirror. Hey, what's this? Due to influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full, please go back home. It's always Nurse Crane. Like, last week I spent so much time just walking around looking for Nurse Crane. And what am I doing this episode? Walking around looking for Nurse Crane.
I'm in pain. I need my medication.
Oh, that's that guy that hurt his arm. I should go talk to him.
You always need the words to calm the
There he
children,
is.
Ellen.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
You could replace one of the arms with, like, the tools that you use, like a hacksaw or a hammer.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
And
Are
yet
you
not
sure
a
you don't
mask
want to
in
operate
sight.
yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Your wife died because of you?
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
That's not your fault, dude.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Have you heard talk of any blackmail here at the hospital?
No, nothing.
Okay, we've got it
Goodbye
all.
for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
I think it's very interesting, all these people that are like, I'm responsible for this thing that, like, very easily you could argue they're not responsible for, because I think I'm the opposite. I don't even, you know, take the blame for things I am responsible for.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Okay, where's Nurse Crane? Why can I never find her? Is she outside?
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
I didn't
Why
kill
is
you
that?
earlier.
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
He's the one blackmailing.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still hurts. Boss had cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a what you think of me.
Well, I might kill him in the end.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We all pay the
We
piper.
can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Do I have all the hints about him? No. Clay intends to remain gang leader after his recovery. He murdered the brother of the man who tried to kill him. I'll be honest. When we got to that part, when it was like, will you kill this man, blah, 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 I didn't see that he had pushed a man into, water. I did not see that until I was editing the video. There's Crane. Oh no, has she been kidnapped? Where's Nurse Crane? Why can't I ever find this woman? Bane of my existence. Trying to find Nurse Crane. Is she here? Like, where is she? I just keep getting further away. Is she inside this building? Where? Where though? Oh my god, I just spent this whole episode looking for one woman. Am I gonna have to kill some guys? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh.
It's locked, all right.
Well, these guys almost killed me earlier. Alright, let's see if I can take them on. Dead. Okay, where is Nurse Crane? God, she just keeps getting further away. Why can I not find her? Am I just stupid?
Ain't safe here for a gentleman.
Okay then. I feel like I'm not gonna win this fight, but oh boy, here I go killing again. Oh, there we go. Well, I gotta meet my quota of like 1 death per episode at least. So that was on purpose. Where is Nurse Crane? Why is it her specifically that I can never find? This feels like a targeted attack that I can never find her. My audio just cut out. Anyways, my headphones like cut out, like they disconnected from my computer for some reason, so I had to like exit the game and like get them all Bluetoothed again. Alright, we got an unknown.
Oswald, you can't just die like this. Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Mutant Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water.
Rats in the grass.
Rats? Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend.
He said there are a lot of rats by the canal. Dr. Jonathan Reed said, I hear a buffet with my name on it.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. If taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Well, I was having no luck finding Nurse Crane, so... I did not see what that said. Hi, this is Video Editing Emily, here to fill you in on the information that I accidentally skipped. Basically it said, eavesdrop, press the left button to activate your senses. If a citizen is behaving suspiciously, their heart will emit a distinctive glow. By looking at the citizen, you'll unlock a special interaction. Look for Dorothy Crane. So, that's what we needed to know, and now we know it. Back to the game. It told me to toggle,
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Come, I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Well, we found Nurse Crane. Retrieve the thug in the sewers. Poplar sewers. My eyeball itches. Okay. Oswald. That was the buddy. First, what do we gotta do? We gotta explore our surroundings. Okay, there's a door there, and there was a door here. That one's locked. Are there skulls or a vampire? I did have the thought earlier, because, you know, like, Dr. SWANSEA seemed, like, very prepared to just let a vampire chill in the hospital. So, like, what if all the staff members are vampires, but none of them know that the other staff members are vampires? Or they're, like, other Halloween monsters? And everyone thinks that they're the only one, and it's this big secret, but it's just the hospital's entirely run by Halloween monsters. I think that'd be fun. Are there some rats here I can get a little sippy sip of?
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
What man? Oh. You're yelling a lot for a man who allegedly can't breathe. Oh my god, there's two of them. When I get close to the camera like this, I can't see what's happening. God, it's so dark. episode, you might recall I was like, I keep pressing the button, but I'm not attacking. It's because of stamina. It's because I haven't updated my stamina stats. So next time I take a nap, I'm gonna do that. And I didn't mean to do that, but I'm glad I did. Where are my weapons? I'm actually damage 110, 65, 65, 99. Yeah, let's equip that. Let's change. Oh, is it a two-handed weapon? I'm not the biggest fan of the two-hand weapons, as you might recall from when I tried to use the scythe. But she gets the job done. Oh, well that guy that was down here screaming a second ago isn't here anymore. But there's that guy. Come at me. Oh, I can bludgeon and stun. Weapon I switched to, you're my new best friend. You're working exceptionally well. Okay. There's a hole over there, but that might... Like, am I supposed to climb through there? Or is that just, like, for funsies? Okay. Sorry, I know that there's a guy here like screaming for his life, and I'm like, oh, I gotta loot all the boxes I can find. You never know what you might find when you're looting. Citizen to save. Careful. Ooh. The endangered citizen may not survive the next night. Go check on him. Where? Where? I do not see an endangered citizen. Oh, I just exited the sewers. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. There's a panicked man I have to save.
Feel the fresh air.
I
can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Yeah, bud, you're having a panic attack. Hey, guy. Hey, bud.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first.
Don't tell him to calm
Please,
down.
take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Yeah, details? Citizen rescued. You rescued a citizen! He will return to his district the following night. I think it would be cool if...
Are you sure you're all right, sir?
Yes. Yes, I'll be. As soon as I can see the sky again.
I don't have to, like, escort him out. I think it would be cool if, like, part of it was that when you rescued someone or when you interacted with someone, you could, like, mesmerize them to forget everything that happened. So it would be this thing of like, what are the consequences of letting people know that like vampires and skulls exist versus having everyone forget? Like, how does that play out? Dang it. I tried to like blood spear him right off the bat. Beware. Hello, Mr. Rat. Who wrote that? Who took out some chalk? Scribbled out beware. Achievement unlocked, pest control. Ooh, that body is decomposed. A sewer beast? Oh my god.
What sort of creature is this?
Man's full-on looks like a chimera. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Because I never upgraded my stamina. No! Because I never upgraded my stamina. Alright. Well, are those rats? Like, I went in with full blood last time. Yeah. Oh, he's just dead. Dang it. If I could get a little sippy sip off of him. Looks like I just have to get a little sippy sip off of the rats.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can. Suck it up. Take it like a champ.
This is despicable.
There's a rose. Where? Oh, they're in the other room. Well, I'm not going all the way back there. I'll get them after I defeat the sewer beast. If I die again, we're calling it, and next episode we'll just start with us fighting the sewer beast. I'm not long for this world. Okay. So we're gonna call it there. Okay, so next time, the first thing we're gonna do is leave the sewers and find a place to rest so that we can level up that stamina stat, because I think that's why I keep getting my ass handed to me, is because I have low stamina. Watch me level up stamina and I still die. It doesn't change anything. So yeah, next time, first things first, leveling up stamina, defeating the sewer beast, and then we'll go from there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you very soon as we continue the Summer of the Vampire.